What is up, my Lorcana Goons, and welcome back to the Lorcana Goons channel. And I'm hoping you guys are having an awesome holiday season. If you're watching this, Merry Christmas. If you celebrate it, if you don't, I hope you guys are having an awesome time in this December season. We're December 23rd. We're one day away from Christmas Eve, and we're going over the market watch, some meta trends, some card prices, and some Lorcana news. And if you like this content, you can like, comment, and subscribe if you're a Lorcana Goon. It does support the channel. My name is Kevin, by the way. Good to see you here. Well, I'm going to start off with Jafar Striking Illusionist because we actually had someone bring this up in the comments section the other day. Shout out $20 set. Shout out you. It's going to be a price that was lower than $90 on November 30th. This card was around 86 market price, and today you can find the lowest verified at 94.99 by Swamped Collectibles. Actually, lowest verified there is going to be $95 basically for your Enchanted Jafar Striking Illusionist, and it's just been going up since like the early December days, right? I feel like December just went by super fast. And Lorcana's kind of like in a sleeper mode right now. Some of us are prepping for Continentals, and January is when Set Champs takes off, so that's gonna be very soon. But yeah, check out this price, $95, and then after the first two verified sellers, we have Matrix Cards LLC for $99. So getting close to $100 for Jafar Striking Illusionist. This card's actually pretty good this format. You can play it in Amethyst Steel, and I do think that with the addition of Genie in your deck and the Magic Lamp and stuff like that, the deck is a lot more playable than it was before. I've even been seeing some people have success with the green-purple Jafar deck this format too. So shout out Ed, by the way, for that deck list that he sent me. The Donald Duck Pie Slinger Enchanted continues to have a more than $100 price now. Lowest verified is 114 by Universal TCG Galaxy, and yeah, that's going to be the lowest verified right now, which is actually $5 cheaper than the most recent sales. So on the 14th, we did see some sales at 120, but after that, they haven't really been moving. So now they're going to be being listed at less than 120. If you guys want to pick those up right now, there's 13 listings available. Arthur King Victorious, since we looked at this last week, is still selling for $75, and there's 4 listings until it gets to $80, right? Lazarus Games is going to be the $80 listing at $78.58 with $1.29 shipping, but you can get it from Yeti Gaming for $75, depending on how many you're playing in your Sapphire Steel deck. I imagine that's where you're playing it. Depends on how many you might need. Check this out. On the 16th, somebody bought one for $67. A couple people actually buying them for less than $70, and now lowest verified, like we just said, is $75. Getting close to $80 for your Arthur King Victorious. Let's talk about some meta cards right now. Rapunzel kind of coming down in price a little bit this week. You can find some of them for less than $40 or just $40 on the dot online. Primal CC has 3 of them for you. That's them deals right there. Shout out you. Or SB Card Vault has them for $39 for Rapunzel's non-foil, and cold foils are still going to be $65 with $1 shipping by Card Quest LLC for a foil Rapunzel. But it's still a pretty decent price right now, and there's a world where they stop printing first chapter. And somebody did ask in the comments, like, what is the opinion, like, official of us? Personally, I think they might stop printing it, but I'm just being hopeful. That's me being hopeful. Don't take my words, serious. Like, that's just my opinion. And if they continue to print it in the future, then I won't be surprised either, because they do that. They said they would do that, right? So Robin Hood Champion of Sherwood. Look at this card coming down in price. Lowest verified is $22.98 now. Win condition games. I have a lot of these at the booth. I feel like these aren't really being moved around a lot right now. Just they kind of have like I think they're really good, but they kind of have like a weird place in the meta. If you're shifting characters, you might not be shifting the Robin Hood Goons right now, but still a very good card. Cold foils are going to be as low as $32 today. Wow, Star Collect has them for $31.85. Check this out. Closer to $40 in November, and now you can find them for $32. GST Collectibles also has them for $31.25, shipping included. Maui Half Shark kind of coming down in price a little bit this week. Wow, a lot of people listed it for less than $30 this Monday. Lowest non-verified is $24, $23.50 with $1.27 shipping. Then Primal CC has them for $24.77. Then JT TCG Store $23.78. The Poke Collective $25.31 with shipping included. This card is a $25 legendary now. It just came from 35 to 30 to 25. It does feel like red blue is the only card, the only deck playing this card, so maybe that's why. But cold foils are still in that $50 range. Modern Explorers has them at $46.75 with $4.29 shipping, so that's still $50 for a Maui Half Shark, a cold foil Maui Half Shark actually. But let's say they stopped printing first chapter. These are some first chapter singles that I would like to like stock up on or just have in my inventory. If that were to actually be announced. Maui, the Maui Hero to All right now is selling for less than $10. $10, 824 with shipping included by Only Up TCG, and Primal CC has them for 824. They have 3 of them for you. So that's a deal right there. Shout out them deals, right? Love to see that right there. Be prepared. It's going to be selling for $8 today. Primal CC again. Look at that. They have 3 of them. So you can get multiple you can get multiple cards from one seller, which is really good if you want to save some money. And right now, a lot of these Ruby cards are selling for really cheap from the first chapter. Some of these staples like Fishbone Quill, $5.03 by Void Zone Gaming. They have a full playset right there, ready for you to go. Shout out Void Zone Gaming for them deals. If they were to stop, printing the first chapter, these are some non-foil. I would get these in foil too because cold foils still have a nice price. Look at that, $20 at least for a cold foil Fishbone Quill. And let's check out the Be Prepareds. Be Prepareds are going to still be selling for $21 by Health Points TCG, $21.98 actually, for a near mint cold foil Be Prepared. And Maui's cold foil Maui's are still selling for $22. Wow, check that out. $21.35 with $1.50 shipping by JP's Cash. I like to see that. Even though the non-foil price for Maui came down a lot, the cold foils are still selling for pretty high. Tamatoa is another card that you might want to consider picking up if the first chapter does stop being printed. Enchanted Card Co. has them for $4.17 with $1.27 shipping for your non-foil Maui's. And cold foils are going to be as cheap today as $15. What it's looking like, $14.84 by Brick Check Bargain. Check that out, $14.84 for a cold foil Tamatoa, which is pretty good actually. These were selling for a lot more, almost $30 in November, October, and they've just been coming down. A great card though, but you probably already have some in your deck, and maybe you're not playing Sapphire, so it's really only used in Sapphire Steel and Sapphire Ruby, and then yeah, I do think there should be some other Sapphire decks in the meta. I don't think you can play this in Blurple. It's like so item specific, I think, is really the issue. And for the most part, a lot of these cards don't have like the best collectability if you want them foil, because the cold, let's be honest, the cold foiling is cool, but it's not like super captivating. Like I've seen kids open up packs of Lorcana, and if it's not an enchanted rare, they look at the cold foil and they're like, oh, what is this? And they just kind of, they don't care, just throw it. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of it has to do with like, well, this is the first chapter, so they weren't gonna make like extravagant art for anything other than the enchanteds. They're building up to that kind of stuff, and I totally get it. But there's so many other card games and that I've already had like plenty of time to build up to that kind of stuff, and there is almost like an expectation for like usually younger people, I think, who are opening packs like this. So it would be cool if there was a little bit more collectability in some of the cards that you can also just like crack from packs. You know what I mean? Kind of like the way some of the other games are. I really would like to see maybe some non-foil full art cards. That would be really cool. I'm not saying I want like a non-foil Enchanted Elsa or nothing like that. Like, let's keep the Enchanted Elsa art right there, But it would be cool to have like some non-foil full art Tamatoas or something. Like, maybe just expand a little bit on the artwork. It'd be cool to have an extra Tamatoa to play in my deck that isn't necessarily this one. Like, I know we've seen some of those in promos, like the D100s. But though, and none of those cards are playable. You know what I mean? Nobody's playing that Maui or that Genie or that Mickey Mouse, unfortunately. So it would be fun to have some playable full art cards. Mufasa Betrayed Leader, not from the first chapter, but this card's just really cheap right now. I think Mufasa decks are really good also, by the way. Collectible Craze has them for $9.21. Less than $10 for you Mufasas. That's really good in my opinion. Cold foils, wow, these are expensive. $28.23 still by Card Crack. They have 6 of them for you, so if you want a play set for less than $30, you can get them. And they were more expensive. They were, yeah, and actually they're coming back up. Yeah, they're almost $30 for cold foil Mufasas. Yzma Conniving Chemist, I think, is a very underrated card. It's a good card, and I can't believe this card sells for less than $5. Right now, Health Points TCG has them for $3 with $1.27 shipping. So it's about a $4 legendary. It's down there with like Gone 2 and the Hercules, the Hades. But this card's actually good. It's actually playable. So maybe this is a card that you might want to try and find some good trade value for. Trading Collectible here has 4 of them ready for you to go. $4.24 with $1.27 shipping. That's not a bad deal right there, in my opinion. So whenever I'm out there trading for cards, if anybody wants to trade with me at locals, these are cards that I personally want to pick up. I like this card. It has potential. I played this in Blurple the other day, and I went Tipo, dumped some cards from my hand, and turned 4, play this. Ooh, it was really great, right? Chernabog's followers are selling for around $3 now. Really crazy. Check this out. Lowest verified is $2.19 with $1.27 shipping, and they only have one. That's by Hourglass Shop. Then it jumps to $2.37 with $1.27 shipping. Then $2.50 with $1.27 shipping. Then Jay Breezy is $2.99 with $1.27 shipping. If you just want one from Jay Breezy, you're going to be paying almost $4 for this uncommon Chernabog's followers. And cold foils are looking like double the price today. $7.95 for a cold foil followers by Tournament City right there. Love to see it. Dang, Chernabog followers just it's the best one drop for purple decks, right? And if you're playing purple green, purple red, you're playing Chernabog followers. So anybody have these in your bulk, start picking them out because they are now $3 to $4 each. That's crazy. But let's get into some sealed product. D100s going up a little bit in price in the last couple weeks as the Christmas time comes along. I've been seeing some people snag some deals though, which is good. I've seen some people buy them online, find them in person for around 200, 250. But if you're getting them online, you're gonna have to pay closer to 300 now. 294 is the lowest verified by the bank. So if you want to get them, they're still online for around $300. First chapter booster boxes. I'm still checking these every other day, every week. Just want to see if they're still selling, if they're moving, and we do see some sales movement. We have one sale today, a couple sales yesterday, two of them on the 21st, another one. So people are buying the first chapter at more than $300. There's one non-verified listing right here by Razmat's Hobbies, and then Twin City Games has the lowest verified at $225 with $5 shipping. So now it's about $330 almost for the first chapter booster box sealed, and the Disney Lorcana sleeve packs. These are the puppy sleeves. These are still selling for around $23. I just wanted to bring these up because there's a lot more listings for these now. So these used to be selling for closer to like 35 to 40, right? Yeah, a couple people buying them for $30 to $31, and lowest verified now is going to be less than 25. So if you want to pick them up, maybe this is a cool Christmas present, but we're already too late for that. It doesn't take a while for this to ship to get to you before Christmas, right? But before we end the Monday Market Watch, I want to start with a new Monday series that I call PSA Mondays. So I'm going to type in Disney Lorcana PSA 10 on 130 point, and we're going to check any recent sales from eBay because I've been kind of into like slabs lately. A lot of people buy Pokemon slabs at the booth that we vend at and in Carlsbad at Ninja Exchange, by the way. I haven't really seen anybody carry Lorcana slabs, and really you can only find them online as far as I'm concerned because nobody really carries these, right? I've had one person, shout out Jeremy, ask if I buy in slabs for Lorcana, and it just hasn't really occurred to me. So let's take a look at some prices, right? So today actually somebody bought a Detective Mickey. This is a foil from the first chapter, a PSA 10 for $35. It was an auction for bid, and there was 13 bids. That's actually really interesting. I'm not too familiar with grading with PSA, but I know you do have to pay to get your cards graded. They probably charge anywhere for maybe $25 to $50 if I'm not mistaken. But you could also get like a subscription through them where you pay like X amount monthly or yearly, and it's a lot cheaper. You save money that way or something, right? So if you're someone who just likes to get your cards graded, that's a cool subscription you can pay for. Next we have an Aurora, a PSA 10 Aurora that's sold for $227. I know the raw Aurora sells for around $150 to $160, so an extra little $70 more for a PSA 10 grade is pretty cool. This is a 24 bids in auction. That was also today. A lot of auctions in Lorcana is selling today. Check this out. Wow. Okay, so we have, what's this? Enchanted Jasmine. This is, I believe, the Enchanted Jasmine from the Ursula's Return set. A PSA 10 selling for only $160. That's a pretty good deal in my opinion. Best offer accepted. We have a Tamatoa So Shiny. Where it's funny, we were just talking about Tamatoa, right? When I was talking about like how it doesn't have like collectability in my opinion, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just wrong because somebody did pay $30 today for a PSA 10 Tamatoa super rare, and it doesn't look foil. I don't think this is foil, right? This is just a non-foil Tamatoa PSA 10 though. So maybe there is. Yeah, it's a non-foil. Okay. Maybe there is collectability, guys. We have a Shere Khan that sold for $82, 3 bids right there. It was a PSA 10 Shere Khan. And then we have a Beast right here. This is the Enchanted Beast from the Rise of the Floodborn set, I believe. 4 bids at $116, PSA 10. And last, we have Pete, Bad Guy. Only 2 bids. Poor Pete. Poor Pete only getting 2 bids. Poor guy. A PSA 10 Pete, though, if you have one, is selling for $71. And that's pretty interesting. I remember when Pete was selling for $90 for the raw. So some of these slabs do be moving. Those raw sales from today. So if you're into Lorcana slabs, let me know you guys' opinion on some of these, right? And last but not least, I do just want to wish a huge congratulations to Zach Bivens for being our cross-continental champion. Not official, by the way. This was hosted by Pixelborn. And this basically was a tournament of the best. And Zach Bivens is crowned champion. Huge shout out to Zach Bivens. He's always been a Lorcana Goons supporter. He's an awesome guy, an awesome player. If you want to follow his Lorcana journey, follow him on social media. That's going to be all for the Monday Market Watch, my goons. I hope you have an awesome and safe holiday season. Merry Christmas. I really appreciate everybody who watches and supports the channel, who likes, comments, and subscribes, and who visits us. Me and Zach really appreciate you. And so please have an awesome and safe holiday season. Merry Christmas from all of us here. Remember to stay tuned to Lorcana Goons, and we'll see you goons next time.